Greetings to all. I'm Miss MARIA Sunnyi and my thesis topic is Residential School Defining a Better Learning Environment. Introduction. School is an essential part of the community. School is a place where a child starts his real development. School is child's first institution which is responsible for shaping his character and building his future. It gives society a civilized person, a more sensitive and competent citizen. School building should provide students with opportunity to connect with themselves and community and their local environment. A residential school is one where students stay in hostel and pursue their studies. They live with their fellow students. Some schools offer residence as an option for outstation students, while in others it is compulsory. The Indian education system is really mark-based. Stress is a common condition in our society that creates feeling of sadness, fear, anxiety, etc. It creates many psychiatric problems among individuals of different age groups. The main aim of the project is to design a stress-free environment for a residential school that promote education with a holistic approach of learning experiments. The objectives include to understand children's psychology in relation to learning environment, to study and understand about the quality of spaces and the role of environment in the learning processes, to design build spaces along with the nature and without disturbing the natural surroundings, and create various learning spaces based on age groups. And this is the methodology. In the current situation, students are facing lots of issues. To know about current education system, it is necessary to know about the evolution of education system and its concept practiced in India and to adopt certain concepts for the same. These are the learning techniques practiced in India. Gurukul was the first mode of education, and then followed by medieval, and then mass education, and then alternative education was also practiced in India, like Shanti, Nigay, Talim, etc. Then coming to the education of 2021, online mode of education, that is e-learning, virtual learning, anywhere learning, etc. Although there are various concepts in Indian context, it still follows a rigid framework of mass learning. The Indian education system is really mark-based. Various experience shows that the existing system was leading to various cases of depression among students. According to Indian education system, the children between 3 to 5 age fall under the pre-primary, 6 to 11 under primary, 12 to 14 middle, and 15 to 16 secondary, and 17 to 18 senior secondary stages. Then child psychology is directly affected by the space they are put into. A well-defined school environment plays an important role in the education as well as its behavioral changes. Nowadays, students face lots of problems in students that leads to depression and other problems. These are the major problems faced by the students. About 70% of the students face depression due to main reasons. Stress is the most main concern. Studies reveal that the students between 11 to 18 years of age reported symptoms of depression. To reduce such problems, designing space according to various age groups, then designing according to nature, various therapies can be used. The need of the project. Studies reveal that out of every 100 students, 50% of the students face depression. About 30% of the students face academic stress, workload, etc. And 20 faces people issues, notorious men, etc. The current results focus on depression among students, that is from 11 to 18 years. Then next is the case study sheets. I have done 4 case studies, 2 live case study and 2 literature case study. My first live case study is at Kodaikanal International School. It's an international school in India. First international school in India. It was named as Kodaikanal International School in 1972. This campus has 2 campuses, Haikala campus and Genga campus. Then all the emergency services are available within a range of 500 meters. As the climate of the Kodaikanal is a monsoon influence, they use lots of green spaces inside the campus to maintain thermal comfort. Then there are mainly 7 gates. Only 2 are used. This is the main entry and this is the service entry. Then guest parking is provided over the service road, and unauthorized parking spaces are provided over here, thus creating facade issues. About 60% of the site is having open spaces and courtyards. Thus is used for gathering spaces, discussions, meetings, etc. They use lots of vegetation to reduce noise level from the immediate context. Vehicular access is limited over the entire site. Service rooms are provided over here in the public zone. Then they have their own medical facilities, and all blocks are, and on the western side there is a Kodaikanal Lakes, and all blocks are zoned around this, and hostel blocks are zoned around the periphery of the site. Then this is the site plan. The orange color represents the administrative area, blue color represents the academic, yellow and green color represent the residential clusters, and red represents services. And this is the site plan of Genga campus. This is located near the commercial area, and there is no proper road connectivity to the campus and faces lots of noise issues. Only one common parking is provided there, and it creates lots of congestion and other issues. Play courts are provided over here as for that it can be accessed easily by everyone. In spatial analysis include spaces are classified based on activities and space typology. Then church is the oldest building in the campus. It is owned in the public zone. that it's on a manner that it is oriented towards size students on, thus preventing outsiders from entering into the church. This is a sign block, and both practical and theoretical classes are conducted over here, thus creating time schedule problems among students. Then next is the Depot International School. It is located at Katappana, Idukki district. Site lies more than 3,500 square feet above sea level and between 7 hills. Classes from pre-primary to senior secondary. Then it's the full residential classes that promote residential facilities to students, teachers, and non-teaching staff. L-shaped planning is done. Now compound works of waste disposal is done over here. Then emergency services are far away from the site. Views are not obstructed. They have their own dairy farm, etc. Then this is the space for staff quarters are aligned over here, and this is the main entry road, and this is service entry road. Then all blocks are shown towards the views on the lush green mountains and hills. Then this is the plan of the this is the academic block plan. This is the ground floor plan, and this is the first floor plan. Classrooms are spacious enough to accommodate 24 students at a time. About 600 square meter area. Then this central courtyard and corridors of about 2 meters are running throughout the spaces, and this spaces are used for discussions, gatherings, etc. Then this is a residential block, girls residential block, and it's with the views towards the lush green mountains. Then this is the boys hostel, and this is the plan of academic dining hall and auditorium. This dining hall is of 100 feet by 50 square meters with no pillars, and there is a subway connecting the boys hostel towards the dining hall. It is used during the heavy rainy season, and boys hostel courtyard spaces is provided that caters all types of recreational activities. Next is the Mirambika School, New Delhi. It's an innovative experimental school. And then follows integral education. It has different approach towards learning. Then it consists of 12 courtyards and one large courtyard. This building resembles mother. Smaller courtyards are provided next to classroom. It acts as space for meetings, outdoor activities, etc. Classrooms are flexible enough that can be used for multifunctional spaces. These spaces are designed to be organic, amorphous, etc. The main concept of this school is about flexibility. It is able to adopt flexible changes in the future. Next is Selaki International School. It's a fully developed residential school. The philosophy of this school emphasis on tradition and translated into architecture that works harmony with the tradition and local culture. Then in site plan, this is site plan. It's the main entry towards the campus, and this is service entry. Regular access is restricted inside the campus, and services and maintenance are provided over the periphery in order not to disturb the other zones. Then academic block. Then the different zones are clustered together grouped together for easy access. Courtyards, corridors, etc. are provided that access gathering spaces. This is an academic block. Then and there is a data center at the center that's connecting all the blocks. This is a residential zone. Then boys and girls hostels are of 74 bedded dorms. These hostels are placed separately on the both sides of the site. Prayer codes are provided separately between the hostel and inside the hostel, but they create lots of security issues. There is proper segregation between staff accommodation and dorms. Then next is comparative analysis. The reason to choose this particular cases are listed below. Then zoning is zoning. According to zoning, KIS and Selaki school are zoned properly by considering site, and Mirambika zones are based on climatic conditions. According to these factors, and also privacy, accessibility, etc., it can be sold. Spatial organization, cluster typology can be followed, as in case of KIS and Selaki, because it has a central focus point that creates sense of hierarchy. Space typology include classrooms. Then classrooms in classrooms they promote indoor and outdoor learning, and also shape and area of the classrooms are also important. Library should be able to accommodate large number of students at a time, and corridor spaces must be 2 meter width for both interaction purposes and other purposes, and also to maintain thermal comfort. Then residential zone is also important as other zones, because it should provide a homely atmosphere, and lots of activities must be included in such spaces. Then types and use of natural spaces include more outdoor spaces, and as in these schools, because it reduces anxiety, stress, etc. Next is the site analysis. The selected site is located at Cholatharam, Kottayam district, Karnagapalli Taluk, and it is situated at Punyar Mundakayam Road. It is a rural village, and major development stands in 1975. The site was selected based on 3 parameters: site context, connectivity, views, climatic conditions, etc. Site context included selected site was close connection with the nearby district Idiki and with the 2 major towns Punyar and Muntakai. It is 10 kilometers far from Muntakai and 10 kilometers far from Punyar. This is the main entry towards the site. It also access service entry. Solakadam Junction is 1.3 kilometers away from the site. All the major services are available within a range of 5 to 10 kilometers from the site. Granite is a local material available in this region, and our plantation is the main crop. The neighboring villages are of 1.3 kilometers away from the site. The main user groups of this are the local workers like plantation workers. This is the site sections, and this figure indicates the development after and before the coming of school. Then after the establishment of school, development will take place in this region, such as because it acts as the junction connecting 2 major junctions. The development like road widening, faculty residential development, students cluster development, and it will increase commercial development. These are the layers of the circulation and vegetation layer. In circulation, the road is having width of 6 meters and moderate amount of traffic density can be found in this site. These are the main crops found in this region, and this is the site is a lightning prone area, so lightning protectors are already introduced in the site. As the site is of medium hazard zone, measures should be taken in case of foundation, like deep foundation can be done. This is the site plan. It's an ideal place with gently sloping hills and lush green vegetation. All the sides of the site are having beautiful views of hills and valleys. This is the main entry towards the campus, and there is already a walkway through the periphery of the site can be extended throughout the site. And these are the sections and SWOT analysis. The main strength of the site is about its views on all sides, and the weakness is the steep slope, etc. Next is the slope analysis. Slope analysis. According to slope analysis, this area is not suitable for construction because of its steep slope and safety issues. But there is pleasing views towards this all 4 sides. But its importance can be enhanced by placing viewports, and still construction can be used over there. Then these are the highest and lowest points, and this is the natural drainage pattern. Rainwater harvesting can be done over here for better collection of storm water, and there is a stream passing through the periphery of the site. It can be reused for school purposes. Then this is the heat analysis and visibility analysis. Then according to heat analysis, about 60% of the site is fully vegetated, and all shady trees are provided at the periphery of the site. And in campus, there should be more open spaces should be provided inside the campus in order to maintain the thermal comfort, and those spaces that needs more visual connection should be sewn together. Next is the brief and area. Next is project brief and area programming. The project is to design a residential school with emphasis of stress-free environment. School will serve a student population of 500 students. Student accommodation will be provided only for 1/4 of the student in the form of dorms and rooms. It shall provide education to students from 3 to 9 years of old, and 3 major components through pre-primary, middle, and senior secondary block. The project includes provision of residential facilities for teaching and non-teaching staff. Total number of students include 500. Hostel students include 300, and teaching staff include 80, and non-teaching include 440. Education structure from pre-primary includes nursery to class 4, and middle stage includes class 5 from 8, and secondary include class 9 from plus 2. There are 20 students in each classroom. The total estimated area is about 8,155 square meters. My special topic is about flexible learning spaces. It is ability to change the condition without changing the system. It is done within the spaces and also by using furniture. I will detail discussed in the design sheets. Then next is the concept sheet. The experience of spaces. The activity pattern and processes are different for different user groups on site. The experience as one move through the spaces made it more memorable. Each movement through the site and structure creates a story and an experience that may relate to its function, activity pattern, and experience of users. In school, students should learn through experiences. That is, experiences in the form of emotion, better learning environment, curiosity, etc. This experience can be achieved by certain parameters like a circulation and transition from built to unbuilt spaces. Circulation, moving through space, that is, Use of different modes of circulation like ramps, pathways, corridors, etc. enhances the quality of spaces. It would also access multifunctional spaces like extended balconies, corridors, and increases interaction among students. Different types of activities can be done in such spaces. For interaction, there should be a common place that is used for interaction and gathering between the blocks. It should cater all types of formal and informal activities. Transition from unbuilt to built environment to built environment. To facilitate multiple activities, there should be a transition from unbuilt to built environment, and open space should be access platform for different types of formal and informal activities. Then there should be segregation among different clusters, and importance of nature should be exhibited throughout the building. Next is the zoning. Zoning is based on user groups, sun path, wind, use, heat and visibility analysis, etc. According to site analysis, this is the main entry road towards the site, and this is the highest and lowest points. This is the public zone. Public zone is restricted towards one side of the site, and this is the student zone, and this is the residential zone. Zoning is an amount that vehicle access restricted over students, and then by encouraging pedestrian walkways, the reference to facilities of KAS and selected schools. Gas circulation are provided over this side. Gas parking is provided over here, and and this is the auditorium and or multi-purpose hall to maintain privacy services. Services are zoned over here, so its circulation and others do not disturb the activities of other zones. There is also already a walkway to the periphery of the site. It's extended towards the residential and public zone. There are 5 parking slots based on different user groups and for easy circulation of students and staff. The residential zone and student zone is buffered by natural buffers, and seating space are provided within which is used for recreational purposes. Students block are zoned over here with the open spaces between them. In pre-primary, middle and secondary stages, our blocks are placed here with gathering spaces as a center. According to heat and visibility analysis, spaces, each block is visible to each other and towards the open spaces. Spaces that require more visual connections are zoned in this manner, and visual connections are not obstructed due to the height of these blocks, and open spaces or corridors provided between every block for wind movement and solar capture. About 60% of the site is fully vegetated, and around the periphery of the site, all the shaded trees are provided. So walkway is extended over the students and residential zone with the seating spaces, and the central portion is less vegetated. Therefore, spaces require more heat are zoned over here, and thereby maintaining thermal comfort inside the campus. On the site analysis, it's not a flooded area during heavy rainy season, and this is a natural drainage passing through the site. This is not blocked but divided by using fields and other natural drainage system, and only in few areas it is that open spaces and play courts are provided in the rest of the areas. Then idea development. First, the identification of user groups under activity pattern. The main user groups of the site are students, faculty, parents, management services. Then identification of 5 user groups based on their activity patterns. Then arrangement of blocks according to site and surroundings. Different zones are created based on functions and activity pattern, and 2 zones are buffered by with the natural buffers and also providing open spaces between them. Then connections made in the form of pathways, ramps, etc. And the gathering spaces formed, and inclusion of variety of learning spaces. Then next is the master plan. From site analysis, this is the main entry towards the campus. About 60% of the site is used as green space, and the rest is used as built space. Master plan is done by giving prime consideration to 5 major user groups. There are 5 parking slots based on each user group. Those who access by public mode of transportation have the drop-off point over here and are guided through pathways to the respective blocks. Next is about the public user groups, and the public parking is placed over here and are guided through the steps and ramps to the public, and seating space are provided here with views. Then for VIP and guest parking space are provided in front of auditorium. Parking space are provided for the user groups for administrative purposes and office purposes over here. Emergency services and parking space are provided over here. Then the unloading services are done over here and are guided to the stockroom, and then here redistributed to the kitchen, stock, and stationery stores. As the emergency services are provided over here, the sick room is placed over here for easy accessibility for those scholars that is pre-primary block students that is using bus service. There are drop-off point over here and bus parking over here, and there are guided to the respective blocks through pathways and shaded trees are also provided near to that. For those day scholars, parents who come for academic purposes and staff, the parking spaces are provided over here, and the parents that comes for visiting their students in the residential hostels, residential area. The parking spaces are provided over here with the open seating spaces. For the staff residing in the staff quarters, parking spaces are provided over here. This is a public zone limited to this area, and these activities of this block include various semi-public workshop and auditorium. The space is used for workshop displays and workshop organized by faculty outside the organization with active involvement of parents and guests. This is semi-public workshop that is run by faculties inside the campus, and students' works are displayed over here. The public zone and auditorium. This is the student zone. Here all blocks are organized around the center, gathering from resource center with open spaces between each block. This is the administrative block. This is the academic block, and this is the canteen. And canteen is placed here with close proximity towards all the two important blocks, and all the major canteen services take place through this floor. Then this is the central gathering space that acts as multifunctional space in the that caters all types of formal and informal activities and consists of OAT resource center. And it's placed in a manner that it should be easily accessible from all the learning blocks. Play courts and kids play area are provided over here with visual connectivity, and small play courts are provided between every residential block. This is the middle stage and senior secondary block. Then science block is placed between them in such a manner that these two blocks used is most commonly, and the ground floor is left open, that is for outdoor experience or projects. Then this is the residential area. It includes boys hostel, girls hostel, staff quarters, service box, etc., dining hall, kitchen, etc. Then these are the side sections. Then this is the layer of circulation of 5 user groups, and the 3 major zones: public zone, learning blocks, and residential zone. These are the height of the buildings, and this is the aerial view of all the 3 major zones. Then next is the individual floor plan. This is the plan of academic block, administration, and canteen block. Administration block include office spaces, principal and vice principal rooms. The first floor has conference room, and the bridge connection is done from first floor to the auditorium. And this is the canteen. It includes both formal and informal spaces, and gathering spaces are provided with a water body as a center, and is connected towards the academic block internally and externally towards the administrative board. Open sittings are provided over here for the users that come for office purpose, and also spend little time in canteen. All services at canteen takes place through the main block. This is the plan of the academic block. It includes various extracurricular activities. Then the block completely restricted for other usages other than students and faculty. Center courtyard access platform for conducting various types of competitions in arts block, and access interaction spaces and pathway connections are provided to the central gathering spaces. Flexible furnitures are used over here, and in multi-purpose hall, movable doors are also used. These are the sections, views, and use of these blocks and elevations of these blocks. Then next sheet is about individual floor plan of a pre-primary block. Then here the education system follows classes from nursery to class 4. The number of students include 120, and number of faculties include 20. In this block, intelligence through sense is done. In all learning blocks, theories of alternative education concepts and other theories is also applied. Learning through senses, open filling, transfer, etc. are done. Then at this age, students learn by observation, activity, experiences, play, etc. So here activities like spaces like activity rooms, exhibition walls, and play areas are provided. Then here intelligence through sense is done. At this age, students learn by observation, activity, experiments, play, etc. So here activity like activity room, exhibition walls, play areas are provided. This is the starting phase for students in students' life in the school, so they should get the freedom for allowing them for exploration. Center courtyard acts as platform for conducting various programs, and also act as storytelling spaces. There are spaces like indoor play areas, discovery areas, and other activity. Flexible classroom. Classrooms are flexible with extended balcony separated by folding doors, and vertical furnitures are used over the horizontal furnitures. And this is the open kids library. Then next is the middle stage and senior secondary stages. In both these stages, Students stress is the common concern of the stages that causes anxiety and performance and even leads to depression. So to limit the overcome of this factor, physical and mental comfort is the most important. Therefore, natural environment plays an important role, and thereby and various spaces like therapy spaces, games, etc. are important. Middle stage classroom typology is of it's a man that classroom it is divisions are placed with a small course between these courses cater all types of interaction and various activities, and breakout spaces are also provided inside the block. And classrooms are flexible with extended balconies, folding doors, vertical furnitures, etc. In senior secondary, block planning is done in a manner that it consists of science block and computer stream students. Then the computer students are placed here with a close proximity towards the central gathering space, and the science block students are placed over here with the courtyard as center that caters that interaction among students and also science related activities. This is the classroom type. This is the basic classroom typology and the application of special topic. Then next is the individual plan of workshop, central gathering spaces, hostel block, etc. This is the workshop plan. It includes both indoor and outdoor working areas. And this is a central gathering space. In the basement floor plan, it includes computer lab. In ground floor consists of OAT and library. In this library, kids library is given and with flexible furnitures. And in first floor plan, library with indoor and outdoor spaces. And then this is the hostel floor plan. The boys hostel is the ground floor of boys hostel is also used as service block because it consists of dining hall, kitchen, and other storage rooms. Then the boys hostel is of 3-bedded dorms, and from it also includes various recreational activity rooms and other activities areas. Then the from first floor, second floor, it is connected towards the outdoor view deck space.